The Sapphire Preferred and the Sapphire Reserve are both premium tier travel cards offered by Chase. And if you don't already know, the Chase ecosystem is top notch, along with the great value that you can get when using your points towards travel. Now, the one issue is you can't have both Sapphire cards at the same time, so you'll need to pick one. This is important since picking wrong could cost you some extra money. And in this video, we'll review and compare the two cards to help you figure out which one makes sense for you. So, starting with the Sapphire Reserve card, being that it's a premium travel card, it does have an annual fee on the higher side of $550. And currently, this card has a sign-up bonus of 60,000 ultimate reward points after you spent $4,000 in the first 3 months of opening your account. This is going to be worth a minimum of $900 or more towards travel, but we'll get into the details of that a little bit later. Jumping into the points earnings, the Sapphire Reserve gets 10x points per dollar on hotels and car rentals that are booked through the Chase Ultimate Rewards portal. Also, 10x points on Chase dining purchases that are booked through Chase Ultimate Rewards for prepaid restaurant reservations, ordering takeout, or their virtual cooking events. And Chase Dining is powered by Talk, which is a platform for restaurant reservations. Now, the choice of restaurants do lean on the more upscale side, and your choice of places will vary depending on where you live. But I do have to say, you probably won't benefit much from this if you live in a smaller city, as you may have little to no choices at all compared to metro areas like New York City, Chicago, and other big cities. You also get another 10x points per dollar when it comes to Lyft rides, 5x points per dollar on flights also booked through the Chase portal, and for travel booked anywhere else outside of the Chase portal, that would be 3 points per dollar. Then you have 3x points per dollar on dining at restaurants, and 1x points per dollar on everything else. Getting into the benefits of the Sapphire Reserve card, this card has a $300 annual travel credit, and this credit can be used towards a range of travel-related expenses like airlines, hotels, cruise lines, and a variety of other things that they have listed. There's nothing you need to do from your side, as these type of purchases will trigger the credit to be applied automatically. But one really nice thing about this credit is Chase allows you to use the credit for travel-related purchases anywhere outside of their portal, and they don't force you to use it within the Chase ecosystem. This is something that we find on cards like the Capital One Venture X, which is a great card, but that credit can only be applied within Capital One's portal. Another bonus to this $300 credit is when you consider that annual fee of $550 that I mentioned, this helps to bring down the effective annual fee to $250. This is very reasonable, assuming that you're doing some type of travel every year to optimize getting the full value of the credit. Now, while speaking on travel, when you redeem your points for travel through Chase Ultimate Rewards, you get 50% more value. So in this case, where you have the 60,000 bonus points, that would be worth $900 towards travel or 1.5 cents per point. You also have access to the nice variety of transfer partners that Chase offers, where you have the potential to get even more value than that bonus 1.5 cent point redemption that this card gives you. The Reserve card also comes with Priority Pass lounge access via the Priority Pass Select membership. This would give you access to over 1,300 lounges across 600 airports worldwide, which includes select restaurants as well as spa treatments. You just have to be sure to activate your membership after receiving your Reserve card in the mail. And to get it set up, you only need to log into Chase, go to Card Benefits, and choose the Travel section, and then select Complimentary Lounge Access. You're also going to get a $100 credit towards the application fee for Global Entry or TSA PreCheck. And if you didn't already know, but the Reserve card is a Visa Infinite card. So it comes with some nice perks that include Visa Infinite Luxury Hotel Collection, special car rental privileges, primary rental car insurance, coverage for trip delay and cancellations, concierge service, and much more. Now let's move over into talking about the Chase Sapphire Preferred card. This is a more beginner-friendly travel card that has a much lower annual fee of $95. And similar to the Sapphire Reserve, it also has a sign-up bonus of 60,000 ultimate reward points after you spent $4,000 in the first 3 months, which ends up being worth $750 towards travel. Sliding into points earnings, the Sapphire Preferred gets 5x points per dollar on all travel booked through the Ultimate Rewards portal, 5x points per dollar on Lyft rides through March 2025, 3x points per dollar on dining at restaurants, 3x on streaming services, 3x on Chase dining purchases that are booked through the portal, 3x points on online grocery purchases, which excludes places like Walmart, Target, and wholesale clubs, then 2x points for all other travel booked outside of the Chase portal, and then 1 point per dollar on everything else. For the benefits of the Sapphire Preferred, you'll also receive an annual $50 statement credit on hotel stays that are bought through the Ultimate Rewards travel portal. And this credit is automatically applied each year when you make an eligible charge. That means a purchase on the card would activate it, and it wouldn't work if you're using your points. So while the annual fee of $95 isn't that much, it's still nice to know that this would lower your effective annual fee to $45 for this card. The Preferred card also comes with a 10% anniversary bonus. And how this works is you get a 10% bonus based on your total spending during the account anniversary year. So for example, if you had spent $50,000 on your Preferred card within the year, you'd receive 5,000 bonus points at the end of the year. To be clear, account anniversary year means the year starts from the date that you open your account through the following 12 months. As far as redemption goes, when you redeem points through Ultimate Rewards, you get 25% more value. So going back to that 60,000 point sign up bonus, that'd be valued at $750 towards travel or 1.25 cents per point. Since this card is in the same Chase ecosystem, you have access to the same transfer partners mentioned with the Reserve card. As for travel coverages, we have some of the same as well, with the Preferred card having coverages like primary rental car insurance, trip cancellation and delay coverage, lost luggage reimbursement, and a few others. Now that we've gone through some of the key features and benefits of both cards, let's get into the comparison. So first thing is taking a look at the annual fee and sign-up bonuses of the two cards. The Sapphire Preferred has a $95 annual fee, while the Reserve card comes in much higher at $550. At this point, we see that there's a cost difference of $405 between the two. And while the sign-up bonuses can change over time, currently they both have the same offer of 60,000 Ultimate Reward points after spending $4,000 in the first 3 months. Now, if we consider the value of the points for each card, that would be $750 worth of travel for the Preferred and $900 for the Reserve. And if we subtract the annual fee from that added value, the Preferred would be at $655, while the Reserve is only $350. I think it's fair to say when looking at just this portion and no other credits or benefits, the Preferred card can seem much more appealing. Alright, moving on to the earnings comparison of the two cards. Let's see who comes out on top for the earnings and points multipliers. So I've split this up into earning categories to make it easier to see and compare. Starting with travel, the Reserve card gives you 10x on hotels as well as 10x on car rentals, whereas the Preferred has no related earnings, so I'll put a check mark on those. Then you have 10x points on Lyft compared to 5x on Lyft for the Preferred card, so I'll put an X to show that it's less valuable. Now, the Preferred does have 5x on all travel that's booked through the Chase portal, while the Reserve has 5x on only flights within the portal. While the Preferred does include all travel, if you consider hotels and car rentals, then the Reserve has the edge. So for me, this is basically a match, so I'll cross them through. And for all other travel outside of the Chase portal, the Preferred only has 2x, while the Reserve has 3x. As for dining, the Reserve gets 10x on Chase dining purchases, which is not an offered benefit for the Preferred at all. While this is a nice feature of the Reserve, I don't see it being something that would be used often. Next, you have 3x dining for both the cards, so that's a match. For other earnings, the Preferred has 3x on online groceries, which is pretty nice if that's something that you already do, but I know a majority of people are still shopping in store for groceries, so I don't see much gain in comparison here. You also have 2x on select streaming, which you're probably spending 20 or 30 bucks or something for these kind of services. So again, it's nice, but not a game changer. And lastly, you have both cards matching for 1x everywhere else. If you take an overall look, we can see that the Reserve card comes out on top when it comes to variety and the multipliers for points earnings. Alright, so when it comes down to redemption values for these cards, we do have some small differences. While it's not the most effective way to optimize the usage of your points, it is the simplest, and that's redeeming your points through the Chase portal. Here, the Sapphire Preferred is getting a set rate of 1.25 cents per point in value, while the Reserve is getting 1.5 cents in value. As for redeeming out the transfer partners, you can get an average of around 1.7 to 2 cents per point, or even more depending on your travel itinerary. And you also have a pay yourself back feature on these cards through the Chase portal, which the categories and rates do change over time. Currently valid until the end of 2023, you have 1.25 cents for charities for the Preferred and 1.5 for charities on the Reserve, as well as 1.25 cents on gas stations, groceries, and annual fees for the Reserve card. While transferring out your points will be your best bet, the value will be the same on both cards for that option. But the Reserve comes out on top on this one due to the fact that you'll gain more from the pay yourself back feature, as well as more value through redemption on the Chase portal. Next, when comparing the benefits between the two, I broke down the key benefits of the cards into a few different groups, which we'll be going through in this table. Starting with the anniversary bonus, which the Preferred gets you 10% back in total spend for the year in points, while there's no offering for the Reserve. For annual credits, the Preferred gets you $50 credit for booking a hotel through the portal, while the Reserve card gives you $300 in credit on any travel-related bookings made in the portal. Credit towards Global Entry, TSA PreCheck, or Nexus is only offered by the Reserve card. For rental car benefits, both cards have primary rental car coverage, but the Reserve also has discounts with Avis Preferred, Audi On Demand, and National. And you also receive a complimentary National Emerald Club executive level membership. Only the Reserve gives you lounge access, and that includes Chase Sapphire Lounge by the club, which currently has 2 locations, but it's expanding to other cities, as well as you'll get Priority Pass Select. For entertainment related benefits, the Reserve again here with Reserve by Sapphire feature. And this gives you VIP access to festivals, sports, dining, and entertainment with exclusive lounges, early ticket sales, premium seating, and much more. Now, you also have many other benefits listed that I don't want to spend too much time on to mention, but definitely feel free to pause the video to be able to take in all the info that's listed on this table. These cards also have a variety of travel coverages that are pretty similar between the two. And here I'll throw them on the screen for you to take a look at and compare. The differences are highlighted, and again, feel free to pause here and go through the list. So off of the benefits alone, you can see that the Reserve card has a lot more to offer you than the Preferred card. And not in just total benefits, but also in the range of different benefit categories as well. And for overall benefits, I'd say the Reserve is the stronger card. Now that we've reviewed each Sapphire card, along with comparing the fees, features, and benefits of both, which card is the better choice? Well, the choice will be determined by a few things that revolve around your lifestyle and spending habits. The Sapphire Preferred is a great entry-level travel card with some decent benefits and a very manageable annual fee for the majority of people. While you can still get some good earnings from travel and dining, have access to good transfer partners, a 1.25 cent per point portal redemption, and be within Chase's ecosystem, you really can't go wrong. And if you don't care to use the Chase portal much and only plan to transfer points out to partners, then from a benefit and cost perspective, it works out better with this card. Also, if you already have other travel cards that give you access to lounges and additional travel features and benefits, then the added cost of getting the Reserve card over the Preferred card may not make sense either. But if you're someone who's looking to have a higher tier card with bigger rewards and a wider variety of travel related features and benefits, then the Reserve card could be the way to go. Especially someone that may travel frequently, spend a decent amount on dining and travel like flights, hotels, Lyft rides, and car rentals, and even more so if it's through the Chase portal for the extra earnings. Then by getting the Reserve card in this case, and by really pulling the value from all that the card has to offer, you can easily justify that $455 difference in annual fees over the Preferred card. And if in the case you get the Preferred card and decide later that you want to upgrade to the Reserve, you can do so. All you need to do is call Chase, and the only requirement is that you must wait until you've had the Preferred card for 1 year to do so. Ultimately, I think both of these cards are great options to add for someone that's more travel focused. And if you have one of these cards or plan to get one in the future, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll be seeing you soon.